So here's a true story. Me and my wife are empty nesters. So we decided to have a romantic Friday night. So I make her a nice dinner. She drinks her wine. I drink my Miller High Life. And we're watching a romantic comedy that she's chosen. And as she's watching the comedy, laughing, she says, "Oh, I love this kind of romance." So I say, okay, I take note. So the next morning when she wakes up, I wake up, I grab her, touch her by her face, and I go, "Hey, baby, would you like me to fix you some breakfast?" All of a sudden, she pops up. She looks me in the face, and she says, "Did I do something to you? Why are you trying to assault me? Talking to me with your rosemary demon baby afterbirth breath." I said, "But that's how they did it in the movies." And she says, "This ain't no Hollywood movie. This is real life. And before you talk to me, early in the morning, you introduce your mouth to some Listerine and some toothpaste." Welcome to Ask a Black Dad, where we answer your questions and ask that you get involved in the conversation. Today's question comes from our email, and it reads, "Hey Black Dad, can you talk about the expectation of a parent of their child?" Expectations. I like to think that your expectations change with how you see the world. You start with fresh eyes, and then the world, which can be cruel, starts to change you. Your experiences, your level of education, your level of work ethic, the people that you put around your circle change you. Now look at a parent's expectations for a child are here. And the child's expectations start here. The child just wants to be cuddled, fed, changed, and cleaned. And as the child grows, the child wants to learn. The child wants to play again, and the child wants to learn things around its environment. The parent's expectations are still here. And as the child opens its eyes and its circle grows and expands, the child starts realizing what it wants to accomplish. And then at a certain point, the level of expectations are here. And then the child starts getting its own expectations that are separate from the parent. The child starts saying, "I want to do this. I want to be this. I want to believe this. I want to see this." But the parent has a problem sometimes letting go of his or her own expectations. But you can't force that expectation onto that child because you're not going to live that child's life. And that goes back to the cross that child has to bear. We bore our cross. We had to carry it. That child is going to have to carry his or hers no matter what they want to do in life. So we have to agree that you have to always give that child that love that they need. And that love is tied into the expectation. What does that mean? That means as the child's expectation changes and overtakes your expectations, your love for that child has to follow its expectations with it. Because when you had expectations for that child and they were this high, you attach love to it, or at least you should have. And when that child's expectations start passing what you wanted to do, that love easily just transfers over. And you are accepting of whatever that child wants to be, whatever that child wants to become, believe, or whoever they want to love. You can't say, "Well, I'm disappointed because you're not doing something I want to do or I want you to do." If you wanted them to do it so bad, you do it yourself. They have to live their life. They have to be comfortable that when they lay their head down at night, they're doing what's making them happy in the end. And if making themselves happy in the end isn't making you more loving of them, more appreciative, and more loving of the fact that you were given that opportunity to raise that child, then you need to do some self-reflecting and look into your heart and your mind and say, what is wrong with you? That you are going to change the way you accept your child because your child is not following the lines of what you want them to do. Let them live their lives. Let them understand and be who they want to be. They have to, because they only have one shot at this, just like you. You have one shot of being that parent. You will never come this way again of being their parent. So be that loving parent that they need. Be that supportive parent that they need. Always give them love and allow them to grow. And if you do that, I think it's a wonderful thing, because love acceptance, and understanding are all together. I have to be understanding and accepting of who they want to be. I have to let them go. I can't stop them from turning into the butterfly that they were meant to be. My job is done. I will parent them for the rest of my life, but my job is done, and now it's time for them to develop into the human beings they're meant to be. So at every episode, we like to leave you with a quote. And today's quote comes from Nancy Mohr. And it goes, "If you love me, help me to become more of who I am." And with all that being said, please follow us on all social media. Like, subscribe, comment, send us your emails, leave us a message. And remember, until I see you in 2 weeks, I love you.